Hello knitters, Faye Lynn from Strands Knitting Studio in San Clemente, California. And today I have on and off my needles, and it's like really hot, but it's really humid. Like this is way more humid than we're used to. And I have some knitting ideas to do when it's humid and hot. So stay tuned. So one class update, I'm moving the slipper class until mid-September. Partly it's really hot to work with this really big bulky wool, and I'm still experimenting. So I'm not going to get done experimenting by next week. So I'm still experimenting on the yarns and how it all works out, so I know really well what we need to do and what works and what doesn't work. So stay tuned for that class. It'll be mid-September when I put it on, because I will be going away for a week in September. So it'll be when I come back, and gives me plenty of time to really work on these. So that's the update for the slipper class. It was going to be on the 6th, but it's not going to be on the 6th now. And so that's it. My needles is my Shetland ruffle scarf. It's all done. Isn't that the coolest thing? It's like this psychedelic, you know, those spinning wheels that make you go dizzy. I had so much fun doing this. It's a feather and fan pattern. So if you know what that is, but usually they're straight like this is, and she just kept moving it back and forth between the things. And I just think this is the most fun, like such a good idea. Now this was one skein of each of the colors, and I'll talk about the yarn in just a minute. You can make this wider if you want by just adding more sections, and of course you can make it longer. So if you need to make it longer or wider, you'll need 2 more skeins, but this is what one skein does as written in the pattern, or the first one. I think she's got several different width options in the pattern. So I love this so much, and this is silk. Let's talk about this. It's called Delish, and it's a silk and extra fine merino. Yeah, 50 silk and 50 extra fine merino wool. It's so beautiful. It's so soft and very lightweight. It's so cool. And then we have all these colors right now, plus a white and a gray and a pink, which I'll show you the pink in a minute. So I like this so much, I cast it on a second one because I just thoroughly enjoyed knitting this. So now I've cast it on this one, which is the pink and the gray. Yes, so great. So great. You know what? If you're a Disney person, this is a really good kind of Disney, because this is sort of like the, I don't know, some of the stuff you see for Halloween around Disneyland in the movies. I'm not thinking of the one I'm trying to think of right now. But The Nightmare Before Christmas, sort of a Nightmare Before Christmas kind of scarf. Yeah. And so anyways, so this is now on my needles too. So this is not a hard pattern, it's a lace pattern. So one, you're gonna put markers in where the section repeat is. So you repeat this section 3 times. But it's very, like this center section here where you do lace, that's 13 stitches, and you have to start right. You hit this middle spine right here on stitch 7. Those are the kind of little tricks you figure out as you go to make sure you're on track and you haven't screwed something up. And so, I would put, I haven't, but and I've had to back it out sometimes. A lifeline would help a lot with this, because then if you do screw it up, especially at the beginning, because doing something like this is not uncommon for it to take like 3 tries. That's like an average for almost anything you're trying or you're starting to knit, especially if it's like something new is in there. Very rarely do we get it on our first try, me included. That's why I sort of want to do this again, because I have the pattern so down now. I'm just like, oh, I want to do it again. But it is lace, so that means you are counting. The pattern is a chart, but it's super easy because it's just repetitive. And she even has, like, you have to knit 16 stitches before you do the little lace part. And the 16 is actually written on the pattern, so you're not even counting squares. She's got them, it's written out for you. So it's really, just a really good fun knit. And yes, I'm on a size, I think it calls for a size 3. I'm on a 4, because I roll that way. Always go up for scarves and stuff so that they're nice and drapey, and I'm not knitting them too tight. Now, if you're a loose knitter, go on the 3. But if you're regular to a tight knitter, I'd go up one. That's just what I would do. Technically, the yarn goes a little further too. Shetland ruffles pattern, and I highly suggest it for a late summer knit. It's not, you know, it just doesn't itch your, like, it's a lot of silk, so it's not woolly, so that like woolly right now, unless you're totally in air conditioning, and it doesn't matter, you know, but if you're not in air conditioning and it's 90% humidity right now, like that's a lot of humidity for us. And you're not going to want to touch wool so much. So cottons and silks and linens, those are our go-to summer, hot summer, humid kind of yarns. In that vein, what are good projects to do when it's this hot, this humid, you don't have your air conditioner, or you're on a trip, which I may still have some of you doing some traveling. Great traveling, knitting and traveling are like the best thing ever. So what you want to do is you're going to want to work with the cottons and the silks and the linens kind of thing. So here's a bunch of our cottons. So that's a bunch of our different kind of cottons, and this one in the middle right there, that middle one, that's a linen blend. Yeah, this is a cotton linen blend. So this is perfect too. But the other things you can do that are smaller and just not in your, totally in your, you don't have a lot of yarn in your lap or anything like that, is washcloths and pot holders. And the thing about washcloths, first of all, it's just a square. There are a million patterns with different stitch patterns for washcloths. Washcloths are probably one of the best things. Well, this is sort of like our blanket class. Just to do one square, this one is a heart. Can you see the heart? Yeah. Just to do a square and try something out. It's just a square. It's just a square. So like this has a heart in it. So how do you do that? And what do you do? But that's it. And then different shapes. This is one of my favorite ones that I've made. And the thing with this is it starts in the center. So if you don't know how to do that, you can learn how to do that. And it's just a square. It's just a square. But I really like this one a lot. Pot holders, there's knitted, and this goes for crochet too. There are a million crochet ones and a million knitting ones. This is one thing crochet and knitting do really well together. So this is a crocheted pot holder, but this same pot holder, and it's double-sided. You can also do a knitted version of it, but it's double-sided. You're doing it out of the cotton, so it's very thick and it's very usable for a hot pad or a trivet or anything like that. And then here's like another idea. This is actually one of our blocks for the blanket, but there's another idea of just messing around with stitch patterns in a washcloth. And these are fabulous washcloths, dishcloths, washcloths, any of those kinds of things. I use mine a lot. I have a good set of them and I use them often. But so that's one idea to do, is just get some cottons and knit out of those. And knit these out of the cotton, and you're just doing squares, and you could be learning something, or you could just be knitting something that you do the same all the time and you're not even having to think about it. That's the best part of it. So then the other thing, we've got this crocheted chicken pot holder. Oh wait, I'm covering her up. Yep, crocheted chicken pot holder. And we have the pattern for that. And it's a lot of fun, and it starts in the center, which for crochet is, that's how we start a lot of stuff. So it's a fairly easy pattern and stuff, but that was another fun idea. That's sort of a fun idea. Then you can also do dishcloths or dish towels or hand towels. And again, if you've done the blanket class, you'll recognize that's a snowball pattern on the bottom. Again, this is just knits and purls up here, and then you have that on the bottom. And then this is reversing it. So I used up both colors. And I just made that up, the center section. Just made that up. So these are cotton also. So these make perfect hand towels and dish towel kind of stuff. And let's see, what else did I have? Okay, and the other thing that's really going on a lot is the bags, the knitted bags. So this one right here, I've got so many people knitting multiples of these now. There's multiple of these with the cotton, the coastal cotton, which I'll bring over here. I've shown you it many times. Both these bags start at the bottom. This one you knit a rectangle, the other one you're knitting a square, and you pick up stitches around and then you're off. And so these are very, very, this one especially is very beginner friendly and just looks great. And you don't have to stripe it. It can be all one color. It can be two colors. You can, you know, you can do whatever you want with the coloring of it. You could do a color for this and a different color for this up here. Notice I striped up here too. And yeah, and then you can do, these sort of take time. They're not hard, but they take time, but you can use ribbon and it looks really good, like a grosgrain type of ribbon or a woven ribbon, like a strap, and just sew it on. And then of course this one right here, which is still beginner friendly, but you are tracking a pattern. This other one, you're really not tracking a pattern. You've got 2 rows. The rows are yarn over, knit 2 together, and the next row is knit all the stitches. Yarn over, knit 2 together, knit all the stitches. So you're just going between those 2 rows, and it's fabulous. This one you're keeping it slip stitch, so you're keeping track of it a little more, but it's still, I mean, it's the same pattern over and over and over again. So that's also an option. These can be made bigger and smaller, but these are also really, really great summer, hot, humid summer projects. And I've got lots doing multiples, and they're gonna be Christmas gifts. And they're just having fun doing them and making several, and it's gonna be Christmas gifts. So it's also a good Christmas, any of these are good Christmas gifts also. But will keep your hands busy. You don't have to put it down and not knit. See, I can't imagine going like a month without knitting is like, I can't even. And so to have things that I can knit that are cool and not heavy and everything like that is a real help. Really, really, real help. So we've got Shetland ruffles, scarves, and we have pot holders and washcloths and dishcloths and dish towels and all the different kinds of linens, cottons. And this is actually really good, the cumulus we have, and we have lots of colors. These are just some of our colors. The cumulus makes a really nice washcloth because it's really sort of soft, face cloth and stuff. It's soft, it does really, really well. And yeah, so that's your summer humid knitting. All right, and that's it for today. And stay cool, knit some cotton things and have fun with new stitches. Just go on Ravelry and put in dishcloth and just go. There are so many different ways to do this, and there's so many fun things you could learn on just a dishcloth. It's really quite a lovely thing. Very much like our squares for our blanket class. It's a square, you learn a different stitch every square, and then that goes into a blanket. This just makes you do, you know, you can do 3 dishcloths if you want, whatever. But it's fun because you can do cool colors and just patterns and figure them out. So that's it for today, and I hope to see you in the studio real soon.